Yo, you see this? These are dark cherries. Like, this is a bag of dark cherries. This is like $10.99 a pound. This is like almost 2 pounds. It's like $17 worth of dried fruit. Fucking shit. We're gonna pay some bills again. So I got like $13 in available credit. I've spent money on drugs and shit again. Let's pay card casually. We'll do other amount. Do $400. I got shit I gotta pay for, but I'd rather pay for it off the card. I already paid $400 on the card this month. Alright. Nothing on YouTube. Okay, so as I eat these and I've paid my bills to pay my other bills, it's fucking gotta consolidate your debt. That's what you do. You pay all your bills with one credit card and you keep all the debt on the credit card. It's not really a hard concept. That's all debt consolidation is. Don't have enough credit cards. Alright. I don't think there's a page before this. Alright. I'm reading excerpts out of order. I put the book in order and now I'm just reading as I see fit, as I'm inspired to. That's to read to you fucking peasants. Alright. So when it comes to dealing with the agents of man, this is because Vex was like, I like to be the devil. And I was like, oh, you might have the genes for it, but I don't think you're the actual devil, because he'd just tote more power and make shit happen. I was like, I got some of the genes for it, but like it's like it's karmic for me. Like, I just have to work with them at this point. People want shit done and they just wanted somebody to do it specifically. Oh god. Dried cherries. You can get them in a little packet of like 5 ounces of cherries with juice for $6.99. Is the biggest ripoff ever. I get a pound of the dried shit for like $10.99. Don't care. That's a pound of it. Good. All right. Alright, so when it comes to dealing with the agents of man, there are easy solves. You can bribe them, as man is easily corrupted. Or you can kill them, as man is easily corrupted. A man's bribe for corruption can range from his vices, money, sex, maybe thinks higher and aims for a prestige or a position or power or something, and you can offer him that. People are stupid. And that is a corruption of the spirit. Still get what you want because that man's under your sway. And when it comes to the corruption of the flesh, a couple of inches of cold steel in the armpit, neck, groin, stomach, or back can be just as quick, if not easier. You simply pay the higher price. You know what it is. But when it comes to angels, or specifically one God soldiers, people who are in the know for one God, things are a bit different. They're a bit more dominable and excessive in power, especially since one God's on top right now. So it takes a bit more, you know. Maybe you encountered them, maybe you have not, but it takes a weakening, a corruption of their spirit first, and then you got to destroy the corporeal form. So you gotta fuck them up. You gotta fuck their body and mental up first in different ways. Okay, you can physically fight them all day; they'll just keep fighting. But like, you destroy the mental, you destroy the spirit, they go. And the court once the spirit is broken on a god form, the body falls real quick if it has the will to fight afterwards. Okay. It's the connection that you gotta fuck with, the connection with God. But you gotta watch out, because they'll try and smite you. Anyway, when it comes to the corporeal form of an angel, you have to understand God works in mysterious ways, and these ways can range from cops and service members to the lowest crackhead or whacked out preacher to rabid dogs, rats, and even bugs. Sometimes God's real rule is, haha, knocked over a beaker. Let's see how many people die, because y'all deserve it, you dumb fucks. Yeah, you know, it happens. You start an influenza, you never know. A massive plague, nothing can stop it. Was it man-made? Who knows? Did everybody deserve to die? Apparently in God's eyes, because we would have fixed it if he didn't want it. Alright. When engaging angels, remember you're in their place in the greater picture. Seriously, just remember that. They're angels of God. Like, they're agents of God. They're not God himself, and you're only supposed to bow to God. So, as such, if, like, Gabriel came down, or somebody came down, or Michael was like, dude, you're arrested and an apostate, so I have to smite you. Like, you're like, I don't have to bow to you, I only bow to God. Ha ha, dick. And then you smoke them. Oh, this is the good shit. Alright. When it comes to the issue of Michael, like specifically Michael the Archangel, remember he is attempting to use the Word of God to exact God's will, but Michael himself is an archangel and vengeful. And for all his glories and accolades, he is but a servant, and unlike Lucifer, he's a tool. Yeah. Lucifer was told to bow to man in his perfection, because man is perfect in the eyes of God. And in his own attempt at free will, because that's what Lucifer does. He goes, because God's like, dude, I made man is perfect. Lucifer goes, dude, God is a fucking God is a psycho. Look at man doesn't know what it's doing. Man does not know what it's doing. It barely behaves correctly. It is literally looking at each other, raping, murdering, and killing, and some of them actually have the decency to worship God. Like, they're all evil psychos, most of them. These monkeys are disgusting. Ugh. Anyway, now, Lucifer, in his own attempt at free will, said, I don't bow to man. Fuck you, God. And that created a war in heaven. Like, it was a civil war, but it was a war in heaven. There were other wars in heaven, too. Dude, like, you think one God became one God because he was just chilling and people's beliefs stopped in other gods? Oh, no. People had to do some things. Yeah. So that led to the splitting of the host and the heavenly civil war. Because, dude, I got news for you. As somebody who's been in it, the heavenly host is the shit. It's like Valhalla, except, you know. So, like, Valhalla, the Wild Hunt, there's lots of ways to get into, the host. Anyway, so after that, Lucifer and his angels, they fall to heaven. They fall from heaven to earth. Some are considered in hell, but what is hell but a mental state? At which point, this is the former Eden, okay? But the 5 rivers, and it's been broken, corrupted by us, because we do crazy shit as man. But, like, if you had to see the timeline, we go through the 4 rivers of Eden period, which is the Adam and Eve. Then we go to Pangea continent, which was one giant continent. Then we have the Babel incident, which is when, like, that guy was Solomon or whatever. Might have been Solomon, I don't know. He tried to build the tower to God, and then God was like, bro, my simple solution is you guys can all speak different languages on this now. Ha, fuck you. Dude, it's a simple solution. It really is. Fuck it. Then that causes the split to Terra as people with languages split up and go different ways. Then you have the Ukrainian psyker incident, which is when the women really showed up, at least the high end, in what I would call a power scale, because fuck you, you don't know what I like. I like strong, dominant women who know how to take care of things regardless of how they do it. I don't give a fuck how you got the water off the moon. They did. Anyway, that's 40 days of water or whatever, and everybody died in the flood. And that brings us to our current era, because, you know, the split of Pangea and all that. Alright. So, there are the angels of the fallen. or wayward host lose the corruption of earth, and they fall to earth. Like, dude, you gotta understand. Angels fell to earth. They didn't realize we were fucking psychos. Angels are killed, bred, some rise to prominence. Yeah, like, you have to remember, Lucifer and those that battle, they were like, fuck it, I do things. Like, yeah, never deny how dangerous a hell's angel who's karmic about it is, okay? Seriously, never deny you do not know who you're fucking with if he has enough strength to pull from the shadow of reality, okay? That's all I can say. So people are slaughtered, angels are slaughtered, everybody's slaughtered because fuck it, we're trying to, like, we're once again deciding who's on top. Okay? Man is a vicious animal, okay? Dude. Watch the Bloodhound Gang fucking Bad Touch video and understand what we do as monkeys and why people just get grabbed. Men, women, all of it. Just haha. Put you in a cage, teach you how to act. Monkey. Okay? Dude. But, you know, we're vicious animals. We're proven to be exceptionally dangerous when it comes to war. And we've dealt with the issue of mortality from creation. So we don't have this, like, we don't have those issues of being considered perfect, or we're afraid of dying constantly, so we just try and deal with some shit. We also consider ourselves very flawed, because once again, we don't consider ourselves perfect. Even if God considers us perfect in our flaws, okay? So fuck it. But he's probably being doused on it. Okay, with this in mind, angels from the fall and their offspring, who do not simply die, and did not have the power to rise to prominence like Lucifer and his ilk, were captured. Those with knowledge were forced to divulge. Those who were female in what a grand scheme of what a human would call a female were forced to be bred out. Some in cages, some not. Some simply for warlords, kings, or just bandits who were like, ooh, shiny. Use a hot one. You know, some people, some of the minds, they just go, like Metatron and stuff, people who thought about things, they just go out to hermitages and try and think it over and think, damn, life's fucked up. Okay, let's see. Let's see where we go from here. Alright, I get preachy now. Okay. But once again, we come to the issue of crushing God's errant forces. Regardless of prestige and standing with God, there is no need to bow to such things. The commandments say to worship only God and destroy all false idols. It's an easy way to smite things. With that said, Michael can come and smite God's enemies, and he can name you an apostate to do it, but even if you're an enemy of the church and one in God's eyes, you can crush him easily with a simple no. Refusing to bow to anyone but God is one of God's rules, but, you know, angel, king, or simple man, you need not bow to anyone but God. When you bow to a king, or you take an order and you bow and you do it as a man, you're a man bowing to another man. Because doing anything less will get you killed. You should never supplicate to another being of earth as anything but another being of earth. As in, don't bow to people because you think they're gods. Okay? Call me. Surf's up. Would you like to fight Bruce? Anyway. If someone tells you to bow to them as God, king, or anything of divinity, let them prove their divinity by making their life parallel to Job, for their hubris and their ever giving them a small cut or pinch should inflict enough pain or blood to remind them of their lack of divinity or omnipotence. If you are truly God, then you have no fear of anything. If you are truly God, then nothing on this plane can harm you. Nothing, no bullet, no knife, no sword, no lack of air, no germ, no light, no dark. If you are truly God, then nothing will interfere with your hegemony, as you made this world, this reality, this universe in 6 days, and on the seventh you rested? Nay, God need not rest, for his will is constant, and his work is never done. It's like, I be writing shit. Fucking Sokka. Okay, there's more. With that said, get an agent of God to break any of the 10 commandments or set of the 7 deadly sins, then his agent will simply be reserved to his own mortality. That's the first thing they do. They get kicked down to mortal realm. Haha, dumbass. You've inflicted enough damage for the archangel to cry out for God while on earth. Maybe he begs for mercy. Maybe he screams in anguish at the horrors of earth, an atrocious act, an abomination in his eyes. Maybe an angel caught and winged and caged. There is no idea, dude. You never know what a man will do. I swear. When it comes to things of value, for that has become the nature of man in his perfection. You'll never know what a man will do in it for something of value in the man's eyes, in his perfection. God's a funny dude. All right. In that split second of disgust, contempt, or fear, if on the mortal realm of heaven on earth he loses the protection of God, for if he had it, for they had it, the angel's cry would protect them, and they would vanish, or your form would be like crushed or dispersed instantly or extinguished, or you'd just be you'd be gone. It wouldn't be something you could actually commit to. With that said, if the cries go unanswered, remind them. God works in mysterious ways. Think not that you are forsaken and God has left you. Think that this is more of a learning experience, or an example of being mortal, and that if God's grace has left you and you are at the mercy and whims of cruel men, it's God's will for you at this time, as he has a plan for us all in his grand design. See? God knows how many people I've gotten to. Anyway, yeah, there we go. That's 2 more pages, read front and back, so that's like 4 pages. That can go to highlights. Enjoy, guys.